I texted the family group chat, my surgery's on the 12th, just need someone to drive me home. Amber replied almost instantly, LOL, you actually thought we'd miss Cabo for that. A second later, Mom chimed in, don't guilt us, this trip's been planned for months. I typed back 2 words, my mistake, and set my phone down. 17 years of doing their errands, covering their bills, and holding my tongue distilled into that single reply. I figured that was it. I'd book an Uber, I'd manage, I always did. The day of surgery came and went. No calls, no texts, just an Instagram story from Amber, sunglasses, bikini, coconut drink captioned manifesting health, wealth, and hot weather #Cabo Diaries. I threw up in the hospital trash can. Nurse Claire asked if my ride was here. Uber, I said. Her brow furrowed, but she didn't press. 3 days later, my phone rang. Your mother called earlier, the hospital receptionist told me. She seemed surprised you didn't have someone here with you. 5 minutes after we hung up, my screen lit up. Mom, why didn't you say you were going alone? That's not okay. Amber, wait, you actually did it alone? You should have said something if you were desperate. Desperate, that word burned. I archived the chat without replying. The next day, Amber FaceTimed. I let it ring twice before answering. Hey, she said, eyes darting, I thought you had a friend to go with you. I asked you, I said. She hesitated. I know, but you didn't make it seem serious. It was surgery, technically, Amber said, rolling her eyes, but you're fine now, right? I just stared. Anyway, Mom and I talked. We might fly back early tomorrow. Maybe. The vibes here are off. Because of my surgery? Well, yeah, and Mom keeps saying we look like monsters, which is dramatic, but, yeah. You don't need to come back, I said flatly. She blinked. Wait, what? I don't need anything from you, Amber. I hung up. She called again. I blocked her. But Mom booked a flight. She showed up on my doorstep, purse clutched, eyes glossy. I didn't know, she whispered. Yes, you did. She broke right there on the mat. Can I come in? I turned and walked to the couch. If she wanted in, she'd have to step over her own guilt. She sat stiffly, purse in her lap like armor. Jessie, I had no idea you were completely alone. You had every idea. Her jaw tightened. You've always been so independent. You mean convenient. You mean I never made you accountable. That's not fair. What's not fair is you saying, don't guilt us, when I asked for one ride after years of carrying this family. I tossed her a pharmacy receipt. That's $312 in meds because I couldn't use the insurance card anymore. Amber maxed it out on Botox. Mom went pale. She said it was for migraines. It was a salon in Beverly Hills. She tried to justify it. I cut her off. Do you know what it's like to wake up in a hospital bed, confused and in pain, while your family sips cocktails in a pool? Her eyes brimmed. Jessica, I'm sorry. No, you're panicking. You're afraid people will find out the truth. She sobbed. You should go. Her voice cracked. Where do we go from here? Not back. She left. The next day, Amber showed up, pounding on the door. Be grateful, she said. I came home early. I opened the door just enough to look her in the face. I asked you, I said. Jess, it was a brand deal. I had to post content. I was in a hospital bed. And I apologized. What more do you want? I want you to admit you never intended to show up. She tilted her head. I didn't think I had to. You're right, and I don't owe you anything anymore. Her eyes narrowed. What's that supposed to mean? I told your sponsor the truth, screenshots and all. She went pale. You cost me 10 grand. You cost me 10 years. I shut the door. This time, it stayed shut. Her Instagram went dark, and for the first time in years, the silence felt like freedom. Her last post, poolside, captioned #grateful, vanished a day after I emailed her sponsor. I didn't check if she clawed back her $10,000. I didn't care. Days later, the clinic sent a short, impersonal note. MS Martinez, we have refunded $312 to your account. Per internal policy, inappropriate third-party use of your shared plan has been investigated and resolved. Amber had used my insurance again. This refund meant they caught her, and this time, it was over. Then Mom started her crawl back. Can we please talk? I didn't sleep last night. I feel terrible. I was a bad mother. For a moment, I thought it might be remorse. Then came the turn. You've always been distant. I just wanted peace between my girls. You're making me feel like a failure. I sent one sentence, if it hurts, it's because the mirror is finally clean. Then I blocked her. 3 weeks later, my cousin Jane texted, "You okay?" "Yes, finally." Then, your mom and Amber are telling people you had an emotional crisis. I laughed, still sore from surgery. Sitting on my new turquoise sofa, I laughed. Let them talk. I was done playing their character. I went back to work. My gruff boss said, "Take whatever time you need. You're solid." More compassion in one line than my family had given me in 10 years. I changed the locks, sold the couch Amber once claimed during breakups, bought a new one, turquoise, firm, mine, signed up for pottery. My first mug was lopsided, ugly, and perfect. The clinic later called, "Your mother tried to list you as her emergency contact again." I called a lawyer. We drafted a notice, no more financial responsibility for Mom or Amber. I signed it steady, love, but no more money. 2 months later, Amber's ex messaged, "I saw what you did. I think you're the first person who's ever held them accountable. Thank you." I cried, not from hurt, but because someone finally said it. I saw it, too. You're not crazy. It's been 4 months since I asked for a ride and got laughed at. 4 months since I lay in a hospital bed, realizing the only hands holding mine belonged to strangers. 4 months since I said my mistake and my old life imploded. I don't miss them. I thought cutting ties would feel like grief. Instead, it felt like shedding dead skin. Now, my phone doesn't buzz for guilt. No one calls to demand I fix their mess. Amber still tries a new number last week. "You ruined my career. Happy now?" Yes. I write again. I decorate for me. Plants I might forget to water. Art that makes me laugh. That crooked mug, proof that imperfection can still hold warmth. When an old friend asked about my family, I said, "They're where they belong, far away." She smiled. "You weren't calm growing up. You were surviving." She was right. I was never calm. I was controlled, expected, silenced. Not anymore. If you've been made to think love means guilt, obligation, or sacrifice, you're not selfish for stepping away. You're done, and done is powerful. The last message I sent my family: I hope someday you realize what you lost, but even if you don't, I haven't lost myself. For the first time in my life, I meant it. The ride never came, but I made it home on my own.